Yes, sir. You can continue, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening, my dear students.
Good evening, sir.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
The sharing option, please. Course
Yes.
disable participant screen share.
Yes, sir. You can continue, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Good evening, my dear students. Past week, what are the subheadings and headings we discussed? Will you please summarize what are the things? What is meant by reproductions? What are the type of reproductions? They may be divided into 3 types in our robot. So one is called as vegetative, and another one is called as asexual reproductions and sexual reproductions. Okay. So already we discussed all those things past. So now we are going to discuss. Any guess? Asexual reproduction finished completely? So in our lab, so grafting and also what is mesh-yarn, what is mesh stock. So all those things already we discussed. And the next one is root setting hormones. What are the root setting hormone already we discussed? Will you please? There are 2 examples has given in your book. One is indole butyric acid. Another one is called as naphthalene acetic acid. These 2 hormones are phytohormones. They are used for the activation of which one in vegetative propagations. Okay, because they are all commercially prepared in the laboratory. Okay. And then next, what are the significance of vegetative reproduction? Already we discussed. There are 2 points has given here. Plant in which useful characters of the parent have to be maintained and propagated vegetatively. Useful characteristics, that is very, very important ones. Okay, another one is plant with reduced power of sexual reproductions, long dormant period of seeds or poor viability. These type of seeds or these type of plants we can easily, what is that? Propagated by this method. It's called as vegetative reproduction. These things already discussed. And then sexual reproduction already very important. There are 2 things is there, asexual and sexual. Asexual means single parents only involved, and sexual means 2 parents, that is called as opposite sex. At the same time, they correspondingly produced, what is that? Male gamete and female gamete. So both the gametes united together, that condition is called as syngamy. As a result, the formation of what? Zygote. That things already we discussed. Okay, asexual reproduction is also already about. It is nothing but the single cell organism mostly present. Protista and a paramecium and euglena. These are all comes under the headings known as, what is that? Unicellular eukarya. That things also already we discussed. And then They are all are under the which divisions? Cell divisions only. You know very well about the cell divisions. Normally, a single cell divided into two. How it will be already we discussed. First, karyokinesis takes place, and second one is what is that? Cytokinesis takes place. These are the things already we discussed. There are few common method of asexual reproductions also. What are the few common method listed here? Fission and spore formation and budding and fragmentation. These are the four types. Already we discussed the fission and spore formation. I think fission only, I think. Okay. See the fissions, they may be, you know, about the first nucleus divided and the cytoplasm is the next one. The mother cell split into two equal sized daughter cells. This is referred to as a binary fissions. They may be exist in different types of fissions. Already we discussed that things also. Simple binary fissions. Example has given us amoeba, and transverse binary fissions, paramecium and planaria, because its fission takes place transverse axis. Longitudinal binary fissions, example Equilina and Verticella. It is also longitudinally axis. They may be divided. And multiple fissions, it is very, very, very important. A metasis, otherwise called as A metasis, because here the one is nucleus will be multiplied more than 10 or 100 or something else. Okay. The last one is called as encystation. Already I told you what is by cystation, otherwise called as what is by cyst. Means during unfavorable conditions, a particular microorganism, take an example, amoeba, it produces a small thick wall cover. Okay, that is called as encyst. It's nothing but the resting stage, otherwise called as sleeping stage. Okay, after the unfavorable condition finished, you know, the cyst completely tear and then microorganism comes out and survive. This is the encystations. Okay. Then things also already discussed. See the diagram, binary fissions. Already I told you the parent, there is a nucleus is there. First division takes place into two. That is two nucleus, and also undergoes the process called as, anybody else? The nucleus undergoes divided into two. So pardon? What is that? So this is a circular DNA, isn't it? The circular DNA divided into two copies. That process is called as what? Anybody? Kavya? Excuse me.
Sir,
Yeah. Well, please go ahead. How it will be divided into two? What is the process?
karyokinesis.
Pardon? DNA, how it will be gives two exact copy. That process is called as, what is that? Already we studied replication. Very, very important. The exact copy of the DNA molecules produced by the process is called as replication. Okay. 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 So same aspects that amoeba also divided into two halves. This is also the parent cells, division of nucleus followed by cytoplasm. You will get the two daughter cells. Likewise, the bacteria also. This is nothing but the E. coli bacteria. Okay. So it is also one of the prokaryote. Okay. Binary fission by paramecium is also similar. It is also an examples. And these are the unicellular eukaryotes. Unicellular eukaryotes. First one is slime molds, amoeba, and Euglena, dinoflagellate, and paramecium, diatoms. It is diatom is also otherwise called as golden algae because the color should be which in nature it's look like a gold. That's why they have been given as a name is called as a golden algae. Macro alga. Macro means it's a big size compared to the other one. This one is the last things we discussed. Amoeba, it is a irregular binary fissions. Irregular means it can be split in any directions. Okay, that's why they have given us a name irregular binary fission. And then Euglena. So Euglena is nothing but a longitudinal binary fission. How it will be divided? It is a longitudinal aspects. Please tell me what are the differences between these three? Amoeba, Euglena, Paramecium. Anybody else? According to these three, will you please?
Sir, single celled.
Pardon, pa?
Single celled.
No. Single cell, okay, doesn't matter. It is nothing but the amoeba is a prokaryote or eukaryote. Amoeba, prokaryote, isn't it? Okay. What about the Euglena? Yeah, Euglena is also a eukaryote. Listen here, but at the same time, it is also having a plant-like structures because plant it has a chlorophyll molecule, isn't it? But it is an animal, but it can move from one place to another for their food and reproductive process and so on. So, okay. Not only that, and also they can produce their own food material with the presence of chlorophyll molecules, just like a plant. Okay, that's why it is a different among these other animals. Okay, go to the next one. Type of binary fission already discussed. Binary means single cell divided into two daughter cells. Trypanosomes and flagellated and also paramecium. These are all the binary fissions. But what about these sides? Multiple fissions. Multiple fission means what happened, the single mother cells gives rise to more than one nucleus inside divider. That means karyokinase is possible 100 times. It comes out and also it gathers some cytoplasm. Then only it comes out. Then again it enter into the binary fission, just like so these are the things. Binary fission is not only the one type of reproduction, and another one is called as conjugation. What is the meaning of conjugations? During favorable conditions. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So conjugation, what is the meaning of conjugation? It is mostly occurs so many prokaryotes. Just like I take an example of paramecium. When it come and contact close together with the one with each others, what happens in between the two paramecium, there is a tube-like structure formation takes place. That conjugation by the tube-like structure is called as conjugation canal. Okay. During this way, what happened, the nucleic acids also transfer from the one paramecium to another one. Likewise, the cytoplasm also move. Is it? Okay. Autogamy and cytogamy, endomixes, these are all happening. Autogamy means it divided into two automatically. Cytogamy means cytoplasm divisions. Okay. Endomixes within the cells, it makes the cytoplasm nucleus is also united together from the one animal to another animals, one organism to another organism within the cell. That is called as endomixes. Okay, that thing's already discussed. Next, this is we are going to discuss and talk about these things is a new things. Okay, the first spore formation. What is the meaning of spore? Spore is nothing but a small minute microscopic nature. Okay, it is nothing but a single celled. And second, repeat for you. Spore formation is the second one. The spores are single celled, which can be produced by mitosis. That's why it is called as mitospore. Suppose if it is produced by the meiosis, it is called as meiospore. Okay, so mitosis means already you know very good. Where it occurs, please, anybody? Mitosis takes place in where? Anybody else? Mitosis takes place in only the somatic cells.
So
Isn't
body
it?
cells, sir.
Yeah, body cell. Very good. Body cell. Good. Body cell, otherwise called as somatic cells. It can be divided into so many. So that's why they have given us here mitosis. And meiosis means, what is the meaning of meiosis? It's mostly occur in reproductive cells. That's why it is called as meiosis. But in this category, when you are going to study the cell divisions and also cell cycles, that times you know very well about what is my mitosis, what is my meiosis, what are the differences between these two components, where it occurs. That things we will discuss deeply. Okay, go to the next one. And germination of spores gives rise to a new plant. Here, what happened, you know, spores undergoes the germinations and also get it maturation process. When it undergoes the maturation process, otherwise called as what happened? It produces a new plant, that is called a germination. It produced spores gives rise to a new plant. The spores are gonidia. Normally, the plant spores are called as what? The plant spores are called as zoospores. Okay, so zoospore is one of a motile in nature. Zoo means you know very well body. It is nothing but the animal zoo. Okay, because it is produced by which one, you know, plant. Okay, see, these spores are gonidia, glamidospores, endospores, zoospores, and ascospore, basidiospore, and iridospores. These are all comes under the headings known as fungi. Okay, the fungi produce these are the, what is that, spores. Okay, particularly the zoospores, they can migrate from the one place to another place. That's why, for example, it is a minute microscopic in nature. They can move from the one place to another place. It can be easily joined with the another bond and also produce there and also undergoes the germination process and gives rise to the new plants. That means, okay, this is normally formed. Okay. The most common of these structures are zoospores, which are usually microscopic motile structure. This is very, very important. First of all, you must know what is my gonidia. It is a minute spore-like structures, mostly present in where, you know, give an example. These are all considered the headings known as, what is that, you know, match the followings. Sometimes they may ask the questions. Okay, match the followings. Gonidia. Penicillium, you know, one of the fungi, and penicillium also produced penicillin, one of the antibiotics. Okay, it is also a derivative of the fungi, is called as penicillium. There are two types of fungi is the penicillium notatum and penicillium chrysogenum. These are the two things is there. Okay, and chlamydospore, chlamydomonas, endospore, zoospore, ascospore. Ascospore means ascomycetes. It is a sac fungi. Bestiospores, it's nothing but the bracket fungi. Iridospores, it is also another one. And deuterospore is also there. And deuterospore is also called as fungi imperfecti. Okay, so that things we will study in the study of mycology. Okay, the science that deals with study of fungi is called as mycology. Fungi, mycology. Okay, just you note it down, that things. Okay. So the most common of these structures are zoospores, which are usually microscopic motile structure. Okay. Go to the next slide, students. See, this is the diagrammatical representations. See, asexual reproduction, here the chlamydomonas has given, and also having the biflagellated nature, that is called as it can easily move from the one place to another place. And also this is also a small spores. It can move or motile nature. That's why it's called as zoospore. Here the penicillium structure has given here. The penicillium, there is a fungi, isn't it? Fungi is made up of which type of cell? The fungi cell wall is made up of what? Anybody else? Fungi cell wall is made up of? Anybody? Armaga Sangar? Fungi cell wall is made up of what? Or Priyanka? Okay, fungi cell wall is made up of what is that, you know? Anybody? Chitin.
So chitin.
Yeah, good. Very good. Chitin is a example. Okay. Penicillium is a body part. The body part is called as, otherwise called as that. Yes, body part is called as, what is that? Fungal part. Anybody? Okay. The fungal part is called as, what is that, you know? Hyphae and mycelium. Hyphae means it's a single cell. This is called a single cell. Okay. Suppose more than one single cell and arranged in a linear manner, it is called as, what is that? Mycelium. The mycelium top, what happened? There are small beads like structure is there here, isn't it? It is also sometimes they may ask there. From this one, which one is a big one? You know, the first one is also a big one, and then last one is called a small one. So, which one is the matured gonidia? Means the first one is the matured one, and then followed by the youngest one is the bottom. You must note it down. Sometimes they may ask the gonidia. This is called as gonidia 4, and also which one is the matured one? You know, the top only is the matured one. The lowest one is the young one. Okay. So these are all of the asexual force mostly present in the fungi. Okay. Next, we will pass on to the next one is called as budding. But is also another asexual reproductions. Already you know very about and already studied many times in lower classes also. Okay. See that. In budding, new individuals are formed by mitosis. Here also somatic cell divisions of some cells of the mature individuals. You must note it down. It will not occur in the young one. It mostly occurs in the mature individuals. When it matures, what happens? You know, automatically initially a small outgrowth of the parent. Outgrowth, a protrude like structure originated from the cell wall. Okay. That is called as outgrowth of the parent body, develop into a miniature individual, similar to that of the parent, cell. It's a parent cell is a big one. It also contains all the cell organelles. Take an example, some nucleus inside is there. It controls all the activities and also cytoplasm, mitochondria, and other components also present in it. Similar to that of the parent, it produces a small outgrowth. Okay. That is called as miniature individual. Then what happened, you know, then separate from the mother to lead to a free lives. When it's separated from the detached from the mother cell and it enter into the free lives. Example, hydra. This type is called as budding. Maximum budding is in freshwater sponges. Maximum spread water sponges. Example, spongilla, because sponges are called as spongilla. Okay. So look like a sponge nature. When it comes out of the sea, what happens? It may be hardened. Okay. And marine sponges. Example, cyclone. So these are the two examples has given, and also Hydra is also taken examples. And one more is there, which one you know? Yeast. Yeast is a unicellular fungus. Just note it down. This one is also most of the cases they asked. Okay, the yeast comes under the heading which type of fungi, like that they may ask. The parent individuals releases a specialized mass of cell enclosed in a common opaque envelope called the gemmules. Gemmules is also similar to that of the, what is that? Minute, what is that? Buds. It present inside the, what is that? Envelope. That is, what is it? Opaque. It is not easily transparent. Okay, that is called as transparent. Just like a mirror, the glass, you know, it can be easily transparent, isn't it? That is called as transparency. Opaque means the light, it will not easily pass on to the next side. Such type of nature is called as opaque. Take an example, so many things, wood and also wall and bricks and whatever it may be. Even take an examples of what is that? Tin, whatever it may be. It cannot easily pass the light on that side. Water as well as the glass, it can be easily pass the things. Okay, gemmule. See that this is the budding. The asexual reproduction, particularly in yeast. This is the mother cells. And also having a vacuole. Vacuole is also present inside. What is the main functions of vacuoles? Anybody else? Any plant cell or animal cells? What is the main functions of vacuoles?
So for storage, so storage of any material like food materials, any waste materials that have to be sent out later.
Yeah, good.
Enzymes.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah. Waste material. That is, it's nothing but the dustbin, isn't it? Okay. So what about that outermost layer is called as, what is that? The vacuole outermost layer is called as
tonoplast.
Yeah, very good. Super. Who is the name? Name, please.
So Ajay.
Okay, good. Super. Okay. So here the vacuole is also present in it, and also inside the nucleus is there. So next diagram, just to see it, there is a small, what is that? Miniature buds also created. At the same time, inside what happened, you know, the nucleus division also takes place. Okay. After the divisions or daughter nucleus, it enter into the buds. Okay. And finally, it detaches from the parent, and it is also called as a daughter cell. It once again it mature, otherwise called as maturation takes place. It undergoes the another process. It is nothing but the cyclic manner. Okay, it is nothing but the cyclic manner. Okay, so go to the next one. So these are the four things. Is there? See, first one is called as juice spore. Example, Chlamydomonas. They are all called as, these are all called as, what is that? Biflagellated, because two, what is that? Flagella present in it. Biflagellated, what is that? Juice spore and also motile in nature. They are all are haploid or diploid. Anybody else? They are all are haploid or diploid. Anybody? Okay, anyhow, they all are haploid in nature. Okay, so juice spore of Chlamydomonas, it is a haploid nature, in motile, in biflagellated juice spores. Okay, go to the next one. Already we discussed it, these things. This is also Gonidia of Penicillium. This is called as fungal plant body. The above is Gonidia is there. Gonidia spore also produced. Which one is the big one or a matured one? Which one is the young one? Already discussed, isn't it? Okay. And then third one is, see the diagram. This is called as Hydra. Already in our report, Hydra is one of the freshwater microorganisms. Okay, it is also produced some buds in the cell wall. Okay, when it detaches from the parent and also favorable condition, it grows a new one. The last one is called as gemmules. Gemmules. This is called as gemmules. Inside there is a small. See that there are so many. What is that? Spores. Okay, that is called as gemmules. Number of gemmules present inside the opaque, what is an opaque cell wall. Okay, so these are the 4 examples. Mostly they asked questions from this area. Okay, very, very, very important. Just go through it and practice it more than time. What do you say? Next one is Hydra, already discussed. Parent Hydra is the developing of FUD in the lower part given in the diagrams, and when it undergoes a particular maturation time, detached from the parent, otherwise called as new Hydra. Again, it entered into the it is also, once it's matured as a parent, again the cycle will be repeated. Okay, so what is next one? See, last one is called as fragmentations. What is the meaning of fragmentations? In fragmentations, the body of the parent break into distinct pieces, each of which can produce an offspring. Take an examples of Hydra. It can be fragment, undergoes the process called as fragmentations. It can be split, their body part, and each and every body part, it grows a new offspring. Some marine worms, sea starch, planaria, like that, they are all having the fragmentations. Will you please tell me what is the main characteristics feature of the planaria? It is one of the worms, isn't it? The planaria, it has a specialized reproductive structures. That structure is called as, that process is called as, anybody else?
Sir,
Yeah. Or
Sir.
go ahead.
sir, is it regeneration?
Very good. Regenerations. Good. Any other animals it has like that? Given examples of regeneration other than planaria.
So,
yeah.
so lizards can regenerate their tails, sir.
What about
So lizards can regenerate.
lizard?
Yes, sir.
No. It is a part only. I am asking about complete. Suppose a lizard, there is a tail only regenerate, isn't it? But it not fully. Okay.
Sir,
But complete body parts you have to divide. That means nucleus as well as the
sir, starfish.
starfish. Good, good. Starfish and Hydra also sometimes. Okay. Planaria. These things also very, very important. It has a highly, what is that? It has a capability to regeneration. Regeneration means complete body itself, complete exact copy of the parent from the single cells or fragment of the piece of the animal body. Okay, so okay, the capacity for generations, an entire new individual from the fragment of tissues is called as regeneration. A single tissues gives to entire animals, that is called as what is that? Regeneration. But in this case of what is that? Lizard, it is not possible. Only the particular part will be regenerated, but it is not the entire, what is that? Lizard. Okay. So we come to the last point. Important features of the asexual reproductions. What are the important feature of asexual reproduction means? See, first one is the asexual reproduction is always a uniparental reproduction. Only the single parent only involved in this process. Okay. Next, no sex organs. They do not have the whether male or female sex organs. At the same time, no meiosis. No meiosis. Only the meiosis takes place in the, which one you know? Sexual reproduction. At the same time, no syngamy. What is meant by syngamy? Anybody else?
Fertilization.
Yeah. Any one of the male as well as the female gamete united together form as a zygote. Sync means integral bird. It's also united. Okay, that condition is called as what is that? You know, as a result, what happened? The zygote formation takes place. That is called as normal fusion of male as well as female gamete is called as syngamy. Okay, and then genetically similar offspring are produced. That is also very, very, very important. Genetically similar. No variability introduced. Will you please, why it is not happening here? What is by variable? Where it occurs? Vaipa. No variability occurs in this area, but
So
particularly in
genetically
yeah.
similar variations cannot occur, sir.
When it occurs,
Sir, it occurs when the offspring is genetically slightly is different from the parents, sir. The genetic structure.
yeah, very good, very good, very good. Because male as well as the female mostly occurs in the sexual reproduction, but in this category is what is that? Asexual reproduction. The variations is only under the sexual reproduction only, but not here. It happens. Okay, because okay. Go to the next one. Quicker method of reproduction. It can be easily possible. Quicker method. Okay, because sexual reproduction is very complicated, because there are so many metamorphoses is also there. Morphological changes occurs. Take an example of cockroach. How many metamorphosis takes place? Anybody else? How many metamorphosis? Morphological changes. Anyone? What about the young one? Namely called? Anybody? Okay, I will tell you. So take an example of cockroach. When it attains the adult, in between there is a metamorphosis, morphological changes which occurs within the egg to adult. There are 13 changes. 3 changes will occur. Then only it will attain the simple. What is that? Adult. Okay. It is a pale, otherwise called as white in color. It is not attained the just like a parent. Okay. 13 is the at the same time. What is that? That is called as, the name is called as, young one is called as, what is a nymph. You must note it down. Very, very important. The cockroach. Young one is called as nymph. Okay. The large number of offspring are produced. Large number of offsprings. So many offsprings it can be possible, because single cell divided into millions of cells. Okay, undergoes the asexual reproductions. That's why the offspring will be very high. Number will be very high. No adaptability, no evolutionary significance. Already we discussed variability. There is no variability, means there is no evolutionary significance also takes place in the asexual reproductions. No new triads are introduced. It is also another one. Preserve good quality of a variety or race. Preserve good quality of a variety. Only the good quality will be preserved. Okay. Decreases period of flowering and fruiting. Decreases period of flowering, and when it undergoes more than 1,000 or 100 vegetative reproductions, that means asexual reproduction, what will happen inside the animals or plants? Decreases the period of flowering and fruiting. The flower as well as the fruiting ability will be, what is that? Reduced. That is very, very important. Causes of degenerations of variety. Causes degeneration of variety is also another point. Examples: pineapple, orange, and chrysanthemum, Clydolus, Sanadion, banana, grape, rose, and again chrysanthemum, sugarcane, okay, fritillary, like that they have given. There are so many examples as given in this point. I think this chapter, I think it finished. I think next we are going to discuss some questions. Then we will enter into the sexual reproductions. The first questions: which plant is generally called terror of Bengal? Anybody else?
Second
Water.
water, I think.
Good, super. Okay, what hands? And what about the next one? Match the following. The sponge,
Gemule.
yeast. Yeah, sponge is also gemule. Now only we saw it, isn't it? Yeah, yeast.
So budding.
Budding. Okay, potato.
So
Tubers.
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 Water ants.
Offset.
Offset. Okay, go to the next one. Which of the following statement is correct? Once again, very carefully, which of the following statement is correct? All individual of a species have exactly the same lifespan. Once again, repeat for you. All individuals of a species have exactly the same lifespan. Smaller organism always have a shorter lifespan and vice versa. Third one is lifespan of an organism is the time period from its birth to its natural death. Once again, lifespan of an organism is the same, is the time period from its birth to its natural death. No organisms may have a lifespan of 100 years.
So
This is
third
the
one.
correct one.
Third one.
Option 3, sir.
Very good. Third one, because all the three, it's not fit to the question, isn't it? Okay, go to the next one. Ginger multiply vegetative by means of
Rhizome, sir.
Rhizome.
rhizome. Very good. And what about which of the following is not an artificial method of vegetative
So
growth?
bulbils.
Bulbils.
Very good. Very good. Good. Super. Okay. I think this things I think is finished. I will share it the another. Okay. So do you have any doubt in this area about asexual as well as vegetative reproductions? What is by reproductions? All those things. Any doubt? Hello.
No, sir.
No.
Okay. Shall I go to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Super. Thank you. Okay. Next part is the last and the least, like that. Okay. The sexual reproduction. Already we discussed what is by sexual reproductions. Okay. The sexual reproduction involves the formation of the male and female gametes either by the same individual or by different individual of the opposite sex. Okay, once again repeat for you. Sexual means reproduction means sexual reproductions involves the formation of the male and female gametes either by the same individuals or by the different individuals of the opposite sex. These gametes fuse to form the zygote. The gametes are whether haploid in nature or diploid in nature. How many life cycles already studied in your 11th standard? Lower plant. There are 3 life cycles.
So diplontic, haplodiploid.
Super. Haploid, haplodiploid. Okay. Sexual reproduction also comes under the heading which type of cycle? Anybody? Take an example of human beings. Human beings, they have the male as well as the female sex organs, followed by the male and female gametes. Both the gametes are haploid in nature. When in common contact close together as a result of the formation of what is that? Zygote. Zygote is a diploid nature. When it undergoes the meiotic cell division, it produces the new organisms. It is also a diploid. Okay. So haplodiploidic nature. Human body is haplodiploidic nature in reproductions. These gametes fuse to form the zygote, which is a 2N stage, which develop to form a new organism is also diploid in nature. Okay, this is called as a sexual reproduction. Same. It is an elaborate and complex and slow process compared to asexual reproductions. Already I told you, asexual reproductions, it is produced very fastly. You will get it the offspring very short period. But in this category, okay, sexual reproductions takes place in the reproductive cells. It is nothing but the elaborate and complex method. Why? Because there are so many divisions is there. For examples, take an examples of cell cycles. There are 5 stages of G1, G0, G1, and the S phase, G2, and also M phase, and the last one is called as G0. Already you know about the things. Okay, the M phase is having, what are they? What are the phases in mitotic? What are the phases? Cell division takes place in the meiosis. Prophase, anaphase, metaphase, telophase, like that. Isn't it? That's why it is called as mitotic. See, that is the called as complex. Okay, slow process compared to the asexual reproduction. Because of the fusion of the male and female gametes, sexual reproduction results in offspring that are not identical to the parent or among us themselves. It is very, very important. So many times they were asked in the questions. Because of the fusion of the male and female, because male also having a different characters and female also has a different characters. And gametes, when it come in contact or when it fusion takes place as a result formation of zygote, the sexual reproduction result in offspring that are not identical to the parent or among us themselves, because they ask assertion reasoning questions. Most of the cases they ask the assertion and reasoning questions, and also the fact, okay, type of question they may ask. Okay, the haploid gametes, already told you, male as well as the female, that is called as haploid gametes. The spermatozoa, otherwise called as sperm, otherwise called as male, otherwise called as, what is that? And male gametes, spermatozoa. And ova is also produce the egg, N, fused to produce the diploid nature, that is called as zygote. In other words, zygote, sexually reproductions, introduces a new gene combination, because male also having a gene, DNA, I mean nucleus, and also having a different type of, what is that? Gene combination. And also female also has a nucleus, and also it also have a different type of gene combination. Both are united together, you will get the new gene combination in a population. Okay, so this is also a very, very important. Okay, go to the next one. What are the phases of the life cycles? Normally, life cycle consists of 3 phases. 3 phases are there in the organism life cycle. First one is called as juvenile phase, otherwise called as pre-reproductive phase. Once again, repeat for you. Juvenile phase. In this category, what happened? Pre-reproductive stage. And second one is called as reproductive phase, and third one is called as senescence. Okay, these are the 3 life cycle phases. This is the starting stage. This is the end. That is called as lifespan. Already studied that things also in the previous para. Okay, previous para means that means before, in the initial stage you actually studied. Okay, see the next one. Juvenile phase. Anybody else? What is by juvenile phase? Juvenile phase, yeah.
So,
yeah, Ajay.
So in this phase, the plant basically grows. It doesn't involve in any sexual reproduction.
Very good, very good. Because only it is a physical growth only, isn't it? Physical growth only. The first reproductive start, before that stage is called as juvenile phase, otherwise called as pre-reproductive phase. During this phase, organism will show growth so that it can attain certain maturity to performance the sexual reproductions. That is called as the which phase? Juvenile phase. This phase is known as a vegetative phase in plant. It is also very, very, very important. So juvenile phase is also called as a pre-reproductive phase and also called as which one? Vegetative phase in plant. It is of variable duration in different organisms. It will not similar to that of all the plant, and it is not similar to that of all the animals, because all the animals also a different. What is that? Juvenile phase. For example, each one it's compared with the which one in lifespan. Take an examples. Cow or buffalo or whatever it may be. Turtle. Tortoise, the giant tortoise, it has a lifespan 128 years. Okay, the juvenile phase will be different. Take an example. So, in our domestic animals, cow or buffalo or whatever it may be, take a cat and whatever it may be. Okay, they may be vary. The juvenile phase or pre-reproductive phase will be differs, and each and every organisms. Okay, Second stage is called as reproductive phase. After the finishing of juvenile phase, the reproductive stage will be started. The reproductive organ mature during this phase. After the juvenile phase, the reproductive organs, that is called as, in human being, take an example, secondary sexual character started. I think it may be and 7th or 8th when we are going to study, 7th or 8th, it may be started your reproductive phase. Okay, just for example, reproductive organ mature during this phase. In the higher plant, end of the juvenile phase, that is the things already told you. Juvenile phase, end of the juvenile phase, the reproductive state also started, or stage also started, or onset of reproductive phase is easily moved. What will happen at that stage? In higher plant during this phase, there is a formation of reproductive structures. What are the reproductive structures? In flower, will you please? What are the reproductive organ present in the flowers?
Andrecium and gynoecium, sir.
Okay, suppose if it is present, both the character is called as which type of flowers?
So hermaphrodite.
No, I'm asking about that, whether it incomplete or complete flowers.
So if both are present, sir.
That is called as bisexual, you are telling, isn't it? I am
Yes,
asking about that, which type of flowers, whether complete flower or incomplete flower, I am asking.
So it'll be a complete flower, sir.
Yes, both the sex organ, if it is present, is called as complete flower. Suppose any one of the sex organs, otherwise called as any one of the reproductive part is absent, that is called as, what is that? Incomplete flower. Okay. So based upon the flowering and fruiting pattern, there are two types of flowering plants. One is called as monocarpic. Not here, the two types. There are three types is the monocarpic and bicarpic and polycarpic. Will you please explain, any one of you, what is my monocarpic, what is my bicarpic, what is my polycarpic?
Sir, monocarpic means it blows only one time in a lifetime, sir.
Good, super. Given examples.
Sir, strawberry,
Yeah.
sorry, bamboo.
Bamboo is a, yeah, monocarpic. How many years do you know that things?
So bamboo.
Bamboo, it takes how many years for reproductive process? Only one time, isn't it? Monocarpic means
Yes.
only one time the lifespan will be completely finished. Okay.
Yes, sir.
How many? Yeah. So many times they were asked, monocarpic plant, example, bamboo, how many years it will take?
50 to
100
100
years. For example, even, 50 to 100
Sir,
years.
100
What about
years.
bicarpic? Yeah, I know. Okay. Thank you. Good, super. Bicarpic. Anybody else? Bicarpic plants. Given examples of bicarpic, first years they only produce the, what is that? Growth only. That is called as juvenile phase. Second year they will enter into the reproductive phase. So example, take an example is banana. Okay, banana is an examples for this category. And what about the polycarpic? Polycarpic is nothing but each and every year they produce, which one you know? Juvenile phase and reproductive. They may be divided into 4 categories. First 3 months, second 3 months, third 3 months, and fourth 3 months. Okay, you know a little bit of what are the 4 seasons is the autumn, winter, like that, you know. Okay. See, what is the next one? The diploid zygote that divided by mitosis and after passing through the different phases of the antigenetic development transfer into a new multicellular individual. So you know a little about the after the fusion of gametes, what will happen, undergo the, what is that? Diploid zygote divides by mitosis and then it enter into the, what is that? Multicellular individual producing ability. Okay, some protists such as the paramecium exhibit sexual reproduction by forming male and female gamete nuclei, which they exchange through temporary cytoplasmic bridge. Already we discussed it. Okay, take an example. So one bacteria is there, and also another one is also there. That is called as F plus and F minus. That is called as F denoted as fertility factors. Okay, so when it come in contact closed is there with the help of the flagella and also the, what is that, pili, cilia and so many locomotive organisms also present in it. It may be vary, depends upon their organisms. When it comes and contact close together, that time what happens, there is a small bridge-like structure is also formed, that is called as conjugation canal. Through this way, the molecules also transfer from the one to another one. Okay, so it is also occurs in the parameciums, not only the paramecium, so many bacteria is also there, and another. Clearly define these phases, annuals and biennial types. So well-defined vegetative, reproductive, and also senescent phase. But in the perennial species, it is a very difficult to clearly define these phases. They may ask the questions. The vegetative, that means the three phases we cannot be able to, what is a differentiate or define which type of species means you have to tell us a perennial species. Okay. So already we discussed. I asked bamboo species, the flower only once in their lifespan, generally after 50 to 100 years. This is already so many times asked questions in NEET code. Bats living in nature, just to remind you, lay eggs only the seasonally. However, bats in captivity can be made by to lay eggs throughout the year. Again, examples in commercial purpose. Again, example, commercial purpose. What is that? The egg laying capacity. Already know egg laying capacity. Take an examples of our what is that? Farms, you know. Okay, that farms produce only for the egg as well as the meat. In this case, laying eggs is not related to the reproduction. In this type of animals, it is not related to the reproductive purpose, but it is a commercially exploitation for the human welfare. Okay, only for the human welfare aspects, that is that it is used, egg laying capacity. Okay, so you go to the next one. The female of placenta. This is very, very important. Female of placenta mammals. Placenta mammals means they are all considered getting known as, what is that? Mammals. Okay, mammary gland present in it. That's why it is also connected with the placenta, umbilical cord. Exhibits cycles changes in the activities of ovaries and accessory duct as well as the hormone during the reproductive phase. In this category, what happened, you know, the changes also occurs. Changes also occurs because the presence of so many hormones. What are the hormones? They are all involved in the reproductions. You know about the male, it has a specific hormone such as androgen, testosterone. Okay, what about the female? Progesterone and also estrogen. Okay, these are the hormones, and also oxytocin. Okay, prolactin. These are the hormones mostly found in the female. Okay, in this comes under the headings known as, what is that? Placental mammals. It is also the young one connected with the placenta, otherwise called as umbilical cord. Okay, in non-primates, this is very, very, very important. Non-primate mammals such as cow, sheep, rat, deer, dog, tiger, such cycles changes during reproductions are called as Easter cycles. This is very, very important. They ask the question, given examples of Easter cycles. Like that they have given as an example, you know, above. Okay, and addition with the monkey, they may give inside. Which one is the add one? Like that they may ask them. Okay, and whereas in primates, monkey, apes, and also human beings, it is called, what is that? Menstrual cycles. So you know the difference between Easter cycle and you know the difference between the menstrual cycles. These are all are very, very important. And also what are the example as given? This is also very, very important. What is by primate? What is by in primates? Okay, primate mammals and primates. Okay, so here the two cycle is what is my Easter cycle? What is my menstrual cycles? You must note it down. And what are the difference between these two things? Okay, and next one is, it is also very, very important. Strobilus kundiana. It is always called as Neela Kurunji. In Tamil word, we are giving the Neela Kurunji mostly in the where it grow, you know, Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Nilagiri Hills, the Palani Hills. Particularly tell us the Western Ghats. Okay, it is one of the Dicot syrups, it produces which type of colors, you know? The blue, purple blue colors. It's nothing but the lavender color, or otherwise called as just like a violet color, you know. The name is called as, what is that? Strobilus kundiana. Sometimes they may ask the question, say, what is the botanical nomenclature of the botanical name of the Anila Kurunji? Otherwise, they may ask the Strobilus kundiana. How many years it will take to flowers, like that? Okay, yeah, 12 years. Just imagine Kurunji, Neela Kurunji flowers once in 12 years as purple blue flowers is found. Okay, in Kerala, Karnataka, already we discussed Tamil Nadu and Nilagiri Hills, Palani Hills, and also the Western Gate, and is a dicot shrub. Just note it down. Strobilus kundiana, Neela Kurunji. Binomial nomenclature already know. How many years it will take? 12 years for flowering process. Which color? Blue in purple color. Which area? Western Gate. Which type of plant? Dicot shrub. Okay, that things you must put it down. See, what are the types of plant? Already we discussed. This is also a very, very important. You have to note it down. So monoecious, okay, monoecious, dioecious, and gynomonoecious, andromonoecious, and trioecious. These are the examples as given in your book. Okay, monoecious examples: cucurbita, coconut, maize, castor, banana, curcumis, mango, and memoridica. These are the examples. Maximum the cucurbita they may mostly they asked, and sometimes it may be a curcumis. Okay, the mango. These are all are considered as monoecious. What is the meaning of monoecious? It is also called as bisexual flower. Just note it down. Monoecious is nothing but the bisexual flowers. That means male as well as the female flower, particularly the reproductive organ parts present in the same flower. That is called as monoecious. Otherwise called as bisexual flower. What about dioecious? Dioecious is nothing but the male plant and female plants are separately present. Dioecious, that means male plant as well as a female plant. Already told you. Take an examples: papaya, date palms, cannabis, asparagus, spinach, Vallisneria, and borus. These are the examples. They ask so many times, combined with the monoecious as well as the dioecious. Okay, dioecious means, what is that? Dio means different. A male plant is also separate plant, and female plant is also a separate one. They produce separate, what is that? Reproductive organ, male organ, that is called as anthers. Here, in our pistil, like that, they may produce it. How it will be possible, the reproduction? Only by the wind, or what is that? What is that? Insects. Okay. And gynomonoecious has both hermaphrodite and female structures. Hermaphrodite already you know about. Hermaphrodite means, what is the meaning of hermaphrodite? Has both male as well as the female present in the a single organism. Take an example of which one you know? Earthworm. Earthworm comes under the getting known as hermaphrodite. Okay, so some of the plants also can like this, particularly animals. Andromonoecious has both hermaphrodite and male structures. Both male structures, male also sometimes it may be present. Trioecious, male, female, and hermaphrodite flowers also present in the same plant. For example, mango and also silene. These are the example are given. Okay. So this is very, very important in this category. So many times they were asked the question in NEET. Okay. Example, you must note it on monoecious, bisexual. Example, dioecious and separate. That is, what is that? Unisexual. You must note it down. Other things also very, very important. See, these are the flowers. See the bisexual flowers. This is called as a female pistil, followed by which one? This one is called as anther. Both the sexes are present in it. That's why it's called as bisexual flowers. Okay, see that monoecious. Monoecious means only the presence of female flower only. See the female flower. So what about the dioecious? Dioecious is also which one you know? See the female flower here. Here the male flowers. Male flower. Sorry, here. Here the male flowers, that is called as anther present in it. Here the only the, what is that? Female flower present in it. This is polygamous. Polygamous means all the flowers. This is called as a female. This one is called as male. This one is called as bisexual. All the three flowers present in it, that is called as polygamous flowers. Okay. It may be vary, depends upon the what is the plant. Okay. See the structures. In some flowering plants, both male and female flowers may be present on the same individual, that is called as monoecious, or on separate individual is called as dioecious. See, this is called as monoecious because this is the female, this one is called as male. That's why it's called as monoecious. It comes under the heading known as complete flower. Because all the parts are present in it. The lower part is called as, what is that? Pedicel. Pedicel is nothing but the stalk-like structure is connected with the, what is that? Flower. Okay, pedicel. And also there is a outermost layer is called as chapels, calyx. Okay, and second one is called as, what is that? Corolla. And that is called as stamens. Reproductive organs, male reproductive organs is called as anther. Okay, it is connected with the filament. It's an anther connected with the filament, collectively called as stamen. And last one is called as, what is that? It is called as, what is that? Female reproductive compartment, composed of three things: stigma, style, and ovary. Here it's given stigma, style, and it comes under the heading known as dioecious. This is one ovules. Okay. Next.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
time is
Shall I finish?
8:15, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for your participation. And just to go through the past, what we have done, all those things. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, children.
Thank you.
What's it?